What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this channel. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never miss another absolute banger. I'm back again, and oh boy, do we have something wild to talk about. The Indiana Fever went into Las Vegas and absolutely embarrassed the defending champions. Hands, feet, elbows, knees, toes, it didn't matter. It was belt ass all night long. That's right. The Fever dragged the Las Vegas Aces on their own home floor. For this one, you already know we had to take a trip to Vegas because what we witnessed wasn't just a win, it was a statement. It was pain. It was punishment. It was pure disrespect on every single level. The Indiana Fever checked in, saw the slot machines, rolled the dice, and left the Aces completely bankrupt. Oh, it's on. It's on. It's on. And so, call security. Call MGM. Call the entire Vegas Strip. Everyone saw the Indiana Fever turn Sin City into their personal playground. Aya Wilson? Yeah, I said it. Exposed. The so-called MVP walking around like the crown belongs to her. Not tonight. Tonight, she got cooked. Tonight, she looked like the player standing on the wrong side of history. She was hit with every crossover, every rebound, every shot drilled straight down her throat. You know what this was? This was payback. Belt to A'ja Wilson for all those bogus foul calls, all those whistles the refs constantly blew in her favor. Not tonight. Kelsey Gray. Yeah, that's for you. Running around like you're dragging a piano strapped to your back. You're not the point guard anymore. You're done. Outplayed in every single way possible. And Becky Hammond. Oh, Becky, I got something for you too. This one's for running your mouth. Taking sneaky shots at the Indiana Fever instead of just keeping it about basketball. You said the format shouldn't change. You said the Fever didn't deserve the spotlight. Well, now the spotlight is on you, holding an L so massive it lit up the entire Vegas Strip. Caitlin Clark was supposed to be injured, right? That's what everybody kept saying. That's what you preyed on. But the rest of this Fever squad came out swinging, carrying the battery on their backs, and they went nuclear. The Fever didn't just win, they dominated. They dismantled the Aces brick by brick. This was an absolute demolition, an ass-whooping for the ages. Let's call it what it truly was. Belt to ass, belt to pride, belt around the entire Vegas franchise. MVP? More like NVP. Because deep down, you all know there was only one real MVP on court tonight, and her name sure wasn't Aya Wilson. The Aces? Maybe they had the big names. Maybe they had the hype. But the Indiana Fever had the fight, the grit, and the heart. Watching this game, honestly, I came away thinking that Atlanta Dream looked more like a championship team than this broken version of the Aces. People forget, the Aces were a mess most of the regular season. Bad chemistry, ugly basketball, and drama everywhere. Then they made that little late push, but tonight, they got exposed completely. That late season push, the same one that surprisingly handed Aya Wilson her MVP title. Notice the quotation marks. And now, after getting belt to ass on our own home floor, voters, fans, the entire WNBA nation are sitting back, scratching their heads, and asking one big question. Are the Indiana Fever the new standard? Because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they absolutely look like it. Oh, this is about to be a good one, y'all. We're about to have some real fun breaking this down. Let's jump right in, baby. Aya Wilson got put on blast, completely exposed. 6 for 22 from the field. 6 for 22. For what? Do the math. Only 16 points on 22 shots. That's rough. Only 5 free throw trips. She made 4 out of 5 from the line. But honestly, that's not superstar production. That's not domination. Expose the night, plain and simple. If you're not sending Aya Wilson to the stripe over and over again, then the unstoppable dominance everyone's been hyping just doesn't show up. The hype did not match the performance tonight. But let's talk about who did deliver. Kelsey Pistol Mitchell. Step right up. Kelsey Mitchell was straight blazing out there. Dare I say it? Best 2 guard in the WNBA. Best shooting guard in the league. Period. Mitchell came out torching. 12 for 23. Dropped in 4 or 6 from deep. Knocked down every free throw. 6 for 6. racked up 34. 34 points, people. What are we even talking about? That right there's a statement game. No doubt. Odyssey Sims was cooking, too. Showed up and delivered 17 points. Dropped 3 dimes. Grabbed 2 boards. Kept her nose clean with just 1 turnover. Hardly fouled at all. Straight plus 20 out there tonight. That's a hustle stat line. Pure domination from start to finish. Lexi Ho came in and played her role perfectly. 6 points, a couple of boards, 2 assists, even stuffed a shot. Locked in defensively, filling lanes, hustling everywhere. Aaliyah Boston didn't score a ton, just 6 points. But man, what a monster presence on the glass. Grabbed 11 rebounds, dished out 5 assists, moved the ball, set screens, anchored the paint. Didn't need to score big tonight because everyone else handled business. And don't sleep on Natasha Howard. She came through with 12 points, 11 rebounds, teaming up with Boston, and turned her off the bench to smother Aya Wilson. They didn't foul, they just contested everything. Force her into tough, awkward shots. And Wilson, of course, kept forcing it regardless. Yeah, man, what a showing from the Indiana Fever. That was impressive. That was tough. No way around it. And tonight, there are absolutely no excuses. They went into Vegas and handled business. Natasha Howard was super efficient. 4 for 5 from the field, steady, locked in, doing exactly what she's supposed to do. Meanwhile, the so-called MVP, more like the most valuable peon, shot 6 for 22, just 27% from the floor. You could not win like that. Now, to her credit, she did manage to pull off what I like to call the Angel Re-Special, a double-double in a losing effort. 16 points and 13 boards, sure, but in a game where it really didn't matter. And let's talk about Nalissa Smith for a second. She was technically in the game. I checked the box score and confirmed it, but her impact? Completely non-existent. Jackie Young dropped 19, but they were so quiet I didn't even realize she scored them until I saw the numbers later. Chelsea Gray? Forgettable. 13 points on 5 of 12 shooting. Nothing that moved a needle or changed momentum. Now Dana Evans, she stood out. She gave the Aces a spark, drove to the rim, picked up an N1, but then twisted her ankle on the play. Tough to watch, honestly. But here's the deal. The Fever bent, but they never broke. The Aces tried to make that push in the third quarter, went on a 10-1 run, dropped 28 in the frame, and the Fever still answered. That right there is where this game was won. They took the hit, withstood it, and punched right back even harder. And now, things are getting interesting. Really interesting. The Fever just proved they can win in Vegas, and that flips this entire series on its head. Personally, I like their chances. This roster may look patched together with injuries and adjustments, but matchup-wise, I don't think this is the nightmare everyone claimed it would be. Honestly, the Atlanta Dream scare me more than this version of the Aces. Now, don't get me wrong, Vegas could still regroup, come out, and bury Indiana the rest of the way. They've got the talent to do it. But right now, when I line these players up side by side, I'm not convinced the Aces actually have the edge. One last thing though, and I hate to call out one of our own, but Aaliyah Boston, 29 minutes, just 6 points. That's unacceptable. No world exists where Boston shouldn't be putting up at least 14 to 16 a night minimum. We've all seen her aggressive before, and when she plays that way, the Fever become a completely different beast. She's got to bring that version of herself every single game. And we need to talk about Stephanie White. Man, Coach Steph has been absolutely brilliant. I'll admit it, earlier this year, I wasn't sure. Some of the rotations, some of the decisions, they just weren't clicking. But now, somebody either got in her ear, or she just flipped the switch. Because this is a whole different Fever team. The way they walked into Vegas and smacked the Aces around, that's coaching, straight up. Defense sharp, offense flowing, rotations perfect. Stephanie White should have been Coach of the Year, no doubt. This was a masterclass performance. She fixed it. She turned it around. And now this Fever team is completely locked in. We dominated. We out-rebounded them, forced turnovers, and even won the fast break battle 15-9.
Steph always cries on camera, but like I never had a coach. Like I cry off camera because like I really never truly had like, you know, the company, the culture, the organization that I have like surrounded by the last couple years. It's big for us because I've never had that. I've never seen that, and so to feel value and to feel like somebody's pouring into me and seeks out my value, like it's everything to me because I'm a loyal person and my loyalty is in my character. It's something I truly value, and to know people believe in me, like y'all gotta know what that feel like because it was for a long time nobody did, and my dad was the only one. So when you lose somebody and then you find somebody else that can replace that, it's big for me.
Man, it looked like Becky Hammon was not happy at all with Aya Wilson after that Game 1 performance. Guys, for this one, we gotta take it straight out to Vegas. And I can't even lie, I probably shouldn't be laughing, but this is just too funny. They rolled out the red carpet for Aya Wilson. MVP presentation, bells, whistles, the whole 9 yards. And then she goes out there and completely lays an egg. Played horribly bad on her MVP night. Come on now. That's supposed to be your shining moment, your crowning stage. Instead, it turned into an absolute nightmare. Now compare that to Kelsey Mitchell. Remember, she was one of the 5 players in the MVP conversation. And honestly, with the way she's been hooping lately, she looks like the best player in the entire league right now. No debate. Meanwhile, Aya Wilson couldn't buy a bucket to save her season. And Becky Hammon's face on that sideline told the whole story. She was heated. She looked embarrassed watching the Aces get completely smacked around by the Fever. And the wildest part? Kelsey Mitchell straight up signed Aya Wilson in her own building, walked into that locker room, grabbed the belt, wrapped it around her hand, and gave Wilson an old-fashioned whooping. That's exactly what it looked like out there on the court tonight. I'm done talking. Let's roll the footage of Becky Hammon's reaction.